Sugar! Do you wanna put sugar on your raw chicken? Yesterday we discovered the base science of salt to end the confusion. In the end, how much salt do you need is all about your environment. What about sugar? This and that influencer or doctor or whatever the fuck says sugar toxic. Then there's these guys who do all sugar diets. Everybody confused. Confusion must be their religion.
Besides, Mr. Base Science, what's the real truth?
Your environment dictates how much sugar can you have. Thank you, Uncle Jack. Today we're gonna check out Dr. Jack Cruz's, aka Uncle Jack's article, blog post on his Patreon, where he fucking schools Peter Attia. I remember years ago I was watching Peter Attia on Joe Rogan. My mind was still not working correctly. I was just coming out of veganism. But still, there was something off about this dude. I always when I watch these influencers, doctors, whoever, I always try to think, are they bullshitting me? Or is this guy the real deal? Holyfield. And Peter Attia always had that bullshit. My body senses for the bullshit were kinda tingled a little bit back then. Now I know this Peter, you either incredibly smooth brained, and you still might be a little bit smooth brained with your bald head, but I think you shilling. I think you trying to scam the peasants. I think you're working for some of the big dogs, saying to the people, you can have statins. You can pop statins, no big deal, it's actually healthy, it's gonna be good for your longevity. You're telling people that if you wear those earbuds or Bluetooth freaking speakers on your ears, just do 100 push-ups and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna cancel every negative effect those Bluetooth speakers in your ears might cause. They might cause some negative effects, might not, maybe not. Who knows? Well, you're the expert. You should freaking know. Trying to influence millions of freaking confused normies. And isn't it weird that all these normie gurus like Peter Attia, they get their spots on Joe Rogan. They get their spots on Huberman's podcast. They get their spots on Rhonda Patrick's and shit. It's a little weird. They the New York bestsellers, New York Times bestsellers. When then they know shit. Let's check Jack's article. This whole blog post is basically just exposing Peter Attia with some of that base science, some of that base knowledge that Peter is lacking because he's trying to scam the good honest normies who are just surviving. Well, if you go for the scam, you smooth brainer yourself. But if you listen to some base science, you listen to some Uncle Jack, you can get that light switched on again in your brain, and you ain't gonna fall for these scams anymore. Those spidey senses wake the back fuck up. Okay, let's get it. I know it will be a myopic. Is this where I wanna go? Okay, this paper below, size 1, shows you just how much centralized medicine is missing about how energy from the sun, praise the sun, is transformed in our cells. When you know better, you do better. As a physician, I want my tribe to get the best I can offer them. And I can attest to this. I've been Jack Russell's member for 1 month. He tells it straight to his members. Just goodness, like he don't bullshit at all. And he's all about nature. I will not be advocating to anyone in my tribe about buying Dr. Atiya's new book. I know it will be myopic view. That's the centralized Rockefeller view. Just look at here and miss the big picture. That's how the scamming works. Of the real story in the cells. Base science is all about the real story. I can predict what he will tell you. He will tell you that you need to exercise a lot, 100 push-ups, cancel every negative those freaking earbuds do to your brains and ears. 100 push-ups. To live long, to lower glucose and insulin signaling. This comes to the sugar. He still has no idea. Or maybe he has. Or maybe smooth brainer or shilling. All mammals make sugar naturally when they are in UV poor environment. When we inside with our little man-made lights. When we look at these screens. Right now you're probably making, if you're not watching this outside, which I would highly suggest you do for every base science video. But if you're not, you're inside with your little man-made cave, and you watch base science on the screens, you don't have any blue light blockers, you're creating sugar in your body. Your glucose high, your insulin high. Blue light raises your glucose without any food. Raises your insulin without any food. Does your food gurus, your little longevity experts, your little keto carnivore experts, do they ever tell you this? Light, just light environment can raise your glucose, your sugar in your body, your insulin. When you put diabetics in strong UV environment, they can cut out their insulin massively. You can do this experiment by yourself. Just go to the tropics or some other place that has high UV index right now and see what happens. That's how you cure diabetes. You could even cure some cases type 1 diabetes. The sun is the answer. You need strong UV light and you need to throw these technological devices to the trash bin. This implies centralized MDs will continue to blame food and lack of exercise. How many times you heard that? And how good does that advice work for people? It works like shit. Every freaking magazine, influencer, media outlet, it's all about food and exercise. They never said bad about this, they never said anything about geoengineering, they never said think about these technological advances, and most importantly, they never talk about light, which controls all these things. It's all about light, guys. As a source of longevity subtraction, this is why they argue to hypertrophy muscles to metabolize the glucose. This is dead wrong advice. Yeah, how many does these fitness guys are all about? You're gonna get big muscles so you can freaking metabolize. Your metabolism is higher, you can deal with more sugar, you can deal with more bullshit. Is that really good advice? Does it steal your mitochondria from your heart and maybe your brain? Is this why most of these jocks, these fitness guys, think like bullshit? Is this why they basically retarded? Now let's be honest, these guys ain't the brightest ones of the two. Like the brightest one I have come across is maybe Charles Poliquin, who was Jack Russo's friend, and what happened to him? He used melatonin and died at like 56 or something. And he used obviously steroids and all that also. So how bright is that really? How smart is that? And he's the smartest one out of them all? Or maybe Louis Simmons was the smartest one. The creator of West Side Barbell. I really loved Louis Simmons because he was real. He didn't bullshit people. He was like, what I'm doing is fucked up, but I'm fucked up myself, so that's why I'm doing it. He didn't try to scam everybody and this and that, or maybe he did a little bit, but don't blame sugar and salt for what artificial I did. Also the salt, what I didn't get into my yesterday's video is about the blood pressure. Salt increases blood pressure. Blood pressure is all about UVA light, nitric oxide. It's all about that. It's all about light, it's all about sunshine, how much sunshine you get. Sugar, all about UV. And salt also, all about you. Your environment dictates how much you can have these things. The more UV light, the more sugar you can handle. Now if you're diabetic, maybe you still should be eating pretty low sugar, even in the high UV light, if you want to cure or reverse the disease. That might be a good idea. Experiment yourself. Okay, this is also interesting. What his book cannot and will not explain is why Dr. Nur Barsilay's supercentenarians at Albert Einstein Medical Center do not look like Dr. Attia's advice. These supercentenarians living over hundreds and stuff. Do they look like jacked? Are they shredded? No, they got both bellies. And they think really good, and the heart works really good. And they got bellies, belly fat. So basically he studied people who live over 100 years old. Many of the things these people have done in their lives do not square with Dr. Attia's advice in his Tribe podcast. You would think that alone would get Dr. Attia to become curious what else he has missed, but to date it hasn't. I know Dr. Attia respects Dr. Barzilay because he has had him on his podcast a few times. Apparently, just talking about science is not enough to get you asking the most fundamental questions about food and exercise. How do cells charts separate water? Once you go down the rabbit hole, your life as a centralized MD will change. Dollar bills, cash rules everything around us. Scream, get the money. Dollar bill, that's that hip hop knowledge. Wu-Tang Clan explained centralized MD's life perfectly. These old men and women all are chubby and have amazing cognitive abilities in their old age. How you look is facade. This goes completely 180 against everything influencers are pushing. What's being pushed by the media? What's being pushed by the young people? And do young people think good now? Do their kids, teenagers, or people in their 20s and 30s, do they think good? Do they think better than their parents or their grandparents? Or are they absolutely batshit insane? Think about it. Maybe this advice ain't so good. And maybe these young people are being led by some Pied Pipers to a freaking early death and early onset of severe case of retardation. Smooth brains shining. You can see your reflection out of these brains. Humans are the one mammal in a primate tree that did not bury their mitochondrial capacity in their muscles, like chimps or gorillas. Like those guys will fuck us up because they're strong as a motherfucker. Or maybe we shouldn't be working out that much and being that strong. Or maybe it's not even maybe anymore. We shouldn't. They buried it in their brains and hearts. We wanna be big brain motherfuckers. Survival of the wisest, best knowledge. This is why humans are dying of those diseases. Having hypertrophied muscles won't make you live longer. It will actually harm you. Brian Jones, what the fuck you doing, bro? Why? Energy transformation is a zero-sum game to the conversation loss in light, Kleber's power loss, and Wallace's idea of heteroplasmy rate with aging. That's some hard-hitting, real-based science. These supercentenarians' mere reality is incongruent with Dr. Attia's advice. I want you to know it, and I know why it is. I can explain exactly how it happens because I understand how POMC biochemistry works. POMC creates melanin. POMC basically makes our superconductors work really good, make the redox high, energies, vitality up. POMC biochemistry works with solar power by way of solid state physics. I can say that definitively because of the story in this blog and what happened to Mr. Rubin 5 years ago, Rick Rubin. The amount of energy necessary to refute medical nonsense is an order of magnitude bigger than to produce it. So yeah, that's about it. Mitochondriacs knew better. You would want the best for themselves. Mitochondriacs always dig deeper because they have hostility for propaganda. Exactly, we have hostility. We enlighten we try to enlighten the normies and the NPCs. We bring up the freaking Dr. Peter Attias. We bring out the nonsense and we show to the masses how bullshit it is. We have hostility to these scammers or these smooth brainers. We must expose them. And bullshit. Half truths and the people who peddle them will emotionally decapitate you in your journey to optimal or just be healthy. Sometimes nature requires the mitochondria to be overtly hostile to succeed. Yeah, we need to get a little bit more aggressive over here. We need to expose these motherfuckers. And it's not only the health game. That's why I love Uncle Jack, because he goes freaking guns blazing to these politicians, to the desert people, to the imperialists. He got all the sides, all the freaking sides covered. Because you have to see the bigger picture. Don't be myopic with your shit. We're gonna come after your ass if you do myopic. because then you smooth brainer or you're trying to shield, you're trying to scam people. Oftentimes you will find being hostile for the truth is exactly the right amount of harshness you need to develop wellness. Make no apologies when you are fighting for the truth to become the best version of yourself. We're gonna end with this one. 1% control the world. Zionist, Fabians, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, all those motherfuckers. 4% are sellout puppets working for the 1%. Those are the scammers, those are the shields. Know how to spot the shield. That's super required skill in 2025. That's an amazing skill set to have. 90% are the normies. They're going where the Pied Pipers go. 5% know and are trying to wake up the 90%. The 1% don't want the 5% waking up the 90%. That's why the algorithms, they ain't pushing bad science, they ain't pushing Uncle Jack. Uncle Jack's still huge because he's been on this game for a long time and he got some connections. But you can see the algo is hating Uncle Jack also in YouTube and Twitter. Game, set, mesh. I'm gonna show one more thing about here. The light. Biophotons originate with sun that's captured by photoreceptors. And when you damage those photoreceptors, your body is going into chaos mode. It cannot understand the environment it is, and everything starts to go haywire. That's when the disease comes. And all of these things are photoreceptors, molecules absorbing and release light from melanopsin that detects the blue light, and it is non-visual. So it's in your skin, it's in your eyes, it's in your fat, it is in your brain. All these organs in your body are detecting the blue light constantly from the environment. Neuropsin, that's the UVA light, non-photoreceptor, and that's also in many same of the places. Rhodopsin, was rhodopsin the green light? Or maybe red light, I don't know. But then the hormones are also photoreceptors and they work by light, not by food. It works by light. Melanin, dopamine, serotonin, leptin, catalase, vitamin A. That's why vitamin A can be toxic. When you are in too much blue light, it frees too much vitamin A inside of your body, and the vitamin A starts to cause chaos. So vitamin A is also tied to your environment, your light environment. How much sunlight do you get? How much you spend time inside? So maybe eating all that liver, that raw liver, that's gonna be all you need to do. All I need to do is eat some raw liver so I can maximize my potential, or whatever the fuck. But if your light environment is wrong, come here when the problems start. Don't tell me I warned you. Vitamin B12, also photoreceptor, works by light. Why is veganism being pushed upon all these people? UCP heme proteins, including red blood cells and mitochondrial cytochromes through 1 to 5. And we all emit light. We are light beings. So remember guys, vitamin A can be toxic, sugar can be incredibly bad for you, but also there's nothing wrong with sugar. Nothing wrong. Your body can handle some sugar easily in right light environment, depending on your UV light. How strong is the UV? The better you can handle carbs. And where does the carbs grow? The best? In high UV environments. That's why in the tropics all the sweetest fruits are growing in the tropics. Because it's the highest UV, the highest amount of sunshine. Nature knows. So you are a really dumb motherfucker eating watermelon in Canada or Finland all year round. If you're gonna do that. Is watermelon even growing here? Nature does not make mistakes. So, all about environment. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Uncle Jack. Check out his blogs if you want to get super deep into this science. Like, he goes way too deep for my knowledge even. And I'm learning all the time. But these blogs, the base science in these blogs, some of it is super duper deep. Like, he goes like really deep levels that I can't even speak about it yet because I don't understand it. I kinda know what it means, but I don't understand it yet, so it's hard to speak. And even these things are kinda new for me, but I've been studying them for a couple months now, and it's starting to bring the puzzle pieces together beautifully. Like all of these questions that, like some of the other methods or diets or whatever things that I've been following in the past, they didn't put the pieces fully together. There were always some like questions, and obviously there still are many questions because you're never gonna know everything about everything. But this shit, coherent. Go make some coherent light inside of you. And how you do it? Get your ass outside, naked, on the sun.